Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth Joyce. I haven't made videos in quite a while, and I want to take a moment today to bring clarity into a world that feels like it's spinning. There's a lot of fear, a lot of guessing going on about the 3-eye atlas. What is it? A lot of people are feeling pressure without understanding why. So let's talk about what's actually happening. Not rumors, not fear, but the real energetic shift that every single person is feeling right now. The day Uranus shifted back into Taurus, November 7th, our intelligence was made aware that the 3-eye atlas was sending out radio signals. I have some key facts for you. The 3-eye atlas is an object that came from outside our solar system, and everybody thinks it's just passing through. It was discovered July 1st, 2025 by the asteroid terrestrial impact last alert system, Atlas. That's why they named it 3-eye atlas. And it was a telescope in Chile. Its orbit is hyperbolic, very eccentric, meaning it's not bound to the sun or to the solar system or any stars. It's only a third interstellar object ever confirmed. We had a 2-eye Barsov in 2019 and a 1 Umanana in 2017. The 3-eye atlas passed closest to the sun, the perihelion, on October 29th, 2025. It did not come particularly close to the Earth, and it wasn't a threat. We didn't feel it was a threat. But what makes it special and what makes it interesting? It originates from outside of the solar system. The 3-eye atlas gives astronomers a rare chance to study material that has formed under possibly very different conditions than those in our neighborhood, than those in our solar system. Its composition appears somewhat unusual. For example, it has a high abundance of carbon dioxide compared to water, according to early spectroscopy. It has a very high speed and a trajectory aligned interestingly with the ecliptic plane, which raises questions about how it entered our solar system and from where. Because it's new and relatively close on astronomical terms, a wide range of telescopes and instruments are targeting it, which means we may learn more quickly than we could from some real past objects. Here's some more details. The nucleus size, the solid core, is somewhat uncertain because the comet has a comma and the dust around it that obscures things. Hubble and other observations put up limits. Even while relatively far from the sun, the 3-eye atlas was showing comet-like activity. Outgassing, dust release, for example, an ion tail and dust trail have been observed. Some studies suggest it may have originated in the Milky Way's thick dust and could be even several billion years old, possibly older than our solar system. We still don't know anything. Could it be a visitor from elsewhere? Something almost mythical entering our realm, passing through and leaving it again? Could it be used as a symbolic motif? Outsider, cosmic traveler, timelessness? The idea of a material from another star which touches on themes of ancestry, lineage, outsiderness, belonging. Its composition and origin uncertainty could be a theme of a mystery. the unknown, outsider knowledge, which might resonate with the spiritual ancestral narratives that we use, the intersection of rigorous science and speculative possibility. Some speculate alien probe before the consensus can be compared to the interplay of intuition, spirit, and instruction that is often referenced by our spiritual teachers. We know it is not a comet. We know it has broken in two, and half of it has vanished. It's not a natural object. Its behavior does not match normal comets. The outgassing doesn't follow expected temperature curves. The composition signature are inconsistent with standard icy comets. Its trajectory is more stable than a volatile rich comet should be. Comets split, yes, but both pieces should remain visible unless pulverized to dust. Instead, the observers reported exactly what I'm saying. One half disappeared. It was not dimmed. It was not trailing. It's gone. What astronomers suspect but do not publicly say, it may be a fragment of a larger interstellar structure, possibly metallic, possibly engineered a long time ago. It may have internal energy or a propulsion mechanism. Not a spaceship in a sci-fi sense, but a self-steering object like an ancient probe. The vanished piece may not have vanished. It may just have changed reflectivity or gone into another dimension because of its vibration. If it rotated, folded, went dark, or activated a shielding layer, it would become invisible to optical instruments. Scientists are really surprised about this object because it was too clean and too precise, and they say over and over again it's very smooth. Natural interstellar fragments rarely arrive at such a stable incoming trajectory. These are the types of hints that make astrophysicists uncomfortable because they can't prove anything. But what data does not have normality? Energetically, 3-eye atlas carries no soul signature, no organic resonance, a mechanical or ancient artifact vibration, a dimensional hollow around its field, meaning it does not imprint energetically the way comets, asteroids, or even interstellar rocks do. It has a purpose. It's not a random drift. Many of our sensitive people describe it as a probe, a scout, an ancient messenger, or a remnant of a civilization long gone, like Atlantis or Lemuria. The split could have been an intentional separation, an activation, a release of something, or a cloaking event. Several explanations of why half of it disappeared. It activated a sheath phase. Interstellar probes, if they exist, may have the ability to turn off reflectivity or cloak. It shifted to a non-visible electromagnetic band. If it emits or absorption in IR or radio, it would disappear from optical telescopes. It moved in a slightly altered trajectory that Earth telescopes could not follow. That's unlikely, but it's possible. It wasn't a break. It was a release or a separation event, very similar to ancient probes in esoteric material. Astronomers are baffled. Some of them are frightened, but they cannot say this publicly. The official line will always remain conservative, but internally they track acceleration, reflectivity skills, fragmentation without debris, tail, no tail inconsistencies. But there's a lot going on right now, astrologically, that aligns very specifically what's going on in the metaphysical field right now. The object is not ancient. It's present time, purpose-built, and part of a cosmic system upgrade. A conscious, non-biological instrument, a specific spacecraft. It's not a comet. It functions as a frequency modulator for planetary evolution. It's not alive, it's not ancient, it's not mechanical. It's designed, not by ET civilization in the science fiction sense, but by the same intelligence that orchestrates cycle shifts, dimensional upgrades, and collective resets across star systems. I'm describing something that fits the cosmic mechanism category, the same mechanism that cleans timelines, collapses obsolete fields, resets dimensional bandwidths during collective evolutionary leaps. And that's what we're having, collective evolutionary leap. This is not the first time such a device has been enacted in a planetary field, but it's the first time Earth's current consciousness will experience it consistently with telescopes and be able to talk about it. The split in two was part of the mechanism. It did not break apart like a rock or an ice body. One half remained visible because it's a carrier. The other half vanished because it entered the non-physical dimensional overlay, its functional realm. There's no propulsion, and it's not random. Its movement is not mechanical. It is a field guide. Its disappearance isn't failure, it's activation. The purpose of the 3-eye atlas is a cosmic blackout for collective consciousness. We're having an upgrade. It's here to temporarily neutralize the old planetary grid frequencies so that the new frequency can arrive and be locked in 2026. This blackout is not darkness. It is a neutral field, a silence, a pause with the matrix grid. During this blackout, old karmic loops collapse. The astral pollution clears. The collective trauma field discharges. The dimensional rift seals, and the new consciousness frequency activates. It's similar to a brief cosmic reboot, where the old operating system becomes non-functional long enough for the new one to override it. This is why sensitives, you light workers, already feel disorientation, timeline fog, thinning of memory, increased intuition, more vivid dreams, increased light body activity, pressure behind the eyes and the heart center, shift in anchoring, and spontaneous emotional releases. This is not destruction. This is what we call recalibration. Why is this happening now? Because humanity crossed a vibrational threshold where karma is no longer the governing mechanism. Soul anchoring operates at a higher harmonic, and old density cannot sustain the coming light influx. A blackout is needed to disconnect the old unconscious architecture, shut down distorted timelines, heal the collective wound, and integrate the multidimensional consciousness grid. That's very important. In my new book, Mysteries Revealed, I write about this. We're having a field structure change. We're having a vibrational change of the body. We're also opening up the 12 strands of DNA that we have. The exact effect of the blackout will have on the collective consciousness. And it will take time. It's not going to be right away. 30 days, 90 days, 12 months. We have the Great Cosmic Reset on February 20th, 2026. That's when a very rare astrological conjunction happens. Saturn and Neptune conjunct in Aries at 0 degrees. This object has a planned route, and this means that it's not a machine or an alien craft, but that it follows a pre-existing energetic corridor, the same way comets, plasma bodies, and interstellar visitors follow gravity wells, magnetic rivers, and cosmic alignments. In spiritual terms, this is a trajectory written in the field, not designed by people, not piloted, and not random. We are seeing a destined pathway, not mechanical navigation. All these alignments align very real in the metaphysical world. All cosmic events resonate with the collective consciousness field. They read the state of a planetary grid the same way a tuning fork reads vibrations. Interstellar objects, natural or not, carry encoded harmonic signatures. That's normal. It's all a part of the universe. And most of all, it's not threatening. It scanned the earth field of the collective consciousness. It's not an invasion. It's a reflection phenomena. Any large object passing through the heliosphere experiences the electromagnetic, plasma, gravitational, and torsion field patterns of our planet. Let me translate this into metaphysical language. It needs more data to remove the darkest energy. No object removes human darkness. Human consciousness does that. But cosmic events can shake loose stagnant energy, catalyze shadow release, disrupt old timelines, accelerate karmic clearing, stimulate awakening of the heart, destabilize low-frequency patterns. And this can feel like something external is doing it, but in reality, you are sensing a collective purge already underway. The object is simply synchronizing with it. Nothing is coming to annihilate humanity's shadow. But the shadow work is accelerating, and you can feel the amplification. This three-eye atlas will annihilate our lowest frequencies. Collective evolution does dissolve low-frequency consciousness, but not by external destruction, by internal awakening. Cosmic events don't erase people, and they don't wipe out emotions. They don't absorb darkness. What they do is raise the environmental frequency, which naturally makes hatred heavier, cruelty harder to sustain, deception more visible, violence more unstable, corruption harder to hide, karmic cycles collapse faster. This is the annihilation you are seeing. Vibrational incompatibility not external attack. Nothing is coming to destroy humanity, but humanity's lowest patterns are holding their survival architecture. This is very real, and you are simply perceiving it before others can. The safest truth to hold in your mind and in your heart is this: humanity is entering a global purification cycle. Cosmic events, including this one, reflect the timing, not the cause. Your intuition is accurate about a purging, a blackout, a frequency shift, a timeline collapse, removal of old shadow grids, a catalyst of collective consciousness. But the mechanism is internal, not external. I said that before. The object is symbolic, synchronistic, and resonating. It's not an agent of annihilation. The true astrological reset is on February 20th, 2026, because Saturn and Neptune are at 0 degrees Aries. Pluto is at 0 degrees 1 of Aquarius, and Uranus is approaching 0 degrees Gemini. This is a reset of our galaxy, a reset of our universe, and a reset for mankind. Mathematically, historically, astrologically, humanity has never experienced these 3 0 degrees events together. Not in any recorded cycle, not in any of our incarnations. The 0 point is the void point. The 0 point is the new dawn. This is what they remind you of. In the beginning, God created. This 3-eye atlas and the new energy is in the beginning alignment for humanity. So what's being created? A new architecture of consciousness, not a new species, not a destruction, not an erasure, but a new operating system. A new operating system for humanity. And it includes a new relationship to truth, a new nervous system pattern, which is really needed, a new social structure, a new collective myth, a new psychic sensitivity, a new relationship to spirit, a new emotional signature, and a new energetic baseline. This is the creation of the next human era, not a literal cosmic birth event. The role of the 3-eye atlas in symbolic metaphysical terms. Again, not literal science, not a machine, not a transmitter, but in symbolic energetic language, which is the right way to interpret it. What is being described here matches an archetype known to mystics for thousands of years. A harbinger synchronizing humanity's consciousness with a new solar cycle. In metaphysics, incoming celestial bodies often represent the triggering of dormant collective awareness, the unlocking of unconscious shadows, the beginning of mass awakening cycles, and the collapse of old karmic grids, the acceleration of timeline disillusionment, and the thinning of the veil. On October 29th, the 3-eye atlas was closest to the sun, and the metaphysical interpretation is that it needed a solar download, not the comet gathering data, but humanity becoming aware of its own emerging shadow and light. Solar events always correlate with consciousness shifts. This state matches a wave of collective destabilization, confusion, and emotional purging, which is exactly what we've seen going on in the world and exactly what's needed. On December 19th, the energetic waves are aligning with the winter solstice. That's powerful. It aligns with the pre-solstice window. When the veil thins, the karmic backlash increases, emotional release intensifies, and cosmic alignment shifts the grid. They've already said that the three-eye atlas has affected our grid system. This period always coincides with collective shadow resurfacing and preparation for a major cycle change. Everybody on the planet can feel this coming. Everybody on the planet is waiting for that next shoe to drop. Then we have December 21st, which is the Capricorn solstice. That's a part of when the three-eye atlas is closest to the Earth. And the metaphysical reason, the Earth grid resets annually at the solstice, and this year the reset is amplified by the upcoming February 2026 configuration. This is a moment when the collective unconscious becomes the most visible. It reflects the intensifying compression of the old energies that are preparing to break and dissolve in the universe. Now we have February 20th, 2026. That's the Great Reset. This is the important part. The object is irrelevant at this point. The planets are the event, the alignment is the mechanism, and the human consciousness is the receiver. So here's what's being created. The three-eye atlas is creating new collective identity. Pluto at 0 degrees Aquarius is the birth of a new civilization story, a new spiritual architecture. And Saturn at 0 degrees Aries is dissolving the old spiritual contracts, bringing the emergence of a new world myth. We have a new mind grid being formed. Uranus at 0 degrees Gemini, new communication, new intelligence, new electrical consciousness. This is a real creation moment. It's not a physical event. It's a consciousness event. We're connecting with the rest of the universe this year. I think that is so exciting, so thrilling. We're going to learn so much new technology. We're going to grow and expand in unbelievable ways. What has been sent back to its center point and to the other side of the universe? And the spiritually truthful answer is nothing, really. It's not a craft or a probe, but symbolically it has mirrored humanity's current state. The universe reflects itself through symbolic events, so the information returning to the cosmic center point is the condition of the Earth consciousness in 2025 and 2026, the awakening of the masses, the breakdown of the old systems, the rise of a new compassion, joining the heart center with the universal heart center, which is the 10th chakra, the dissolution of the collective ego, yay, hooray, the healing of trauma, the beginning of the fifth world, the fifth dimension, the emergence of new souls, or babies, or autistic people, the closing of ancient karma, all of our past dishonesty, lies, deceits, it's going to disappear. the evolution of the human heart, the thinning of the veil, the return of multi-dimensional perception, the shift towards only unity consciousness. This is the real data that 3i Atlas is helping us to bring into reality. So, the message, the New Year's prediction for 2026 is, others are coming. We are crossing boundaries that is more than we ever thought possible. What are we really looking for? Something constructed, something that was deliberately built, precise, a new architecture. Will that shatter our textbooks? We're learning about other worlds, other technology, and other ways of being. And this 3i Atlas translates in the language of mathematics. It's a greeting. It's a hello. We're in a new area of astronomy. With our new powerful telescopes, the 3i Atlas was made, not man-made, but intelligence-made. The new story has begun, which has been predicted by many top astrologers for the last 5 years, if not more, as well as the old ancient mystics, including myself. It's like a caveman finding a cell phone. He picks it up and he looks at it and he has no idea what it's for. The soul's flame, the halls of harmony, the portals, and the higher chakras. Long before this object appeared, I've been writing about this. This is my new book, and I've been wanting to write about it for 3 years. I picked the cover in 2019 from Jim Warren, a wonderful artist. All my book covers have Jim Warren's art on them. It's available at Amazon.com, and it will explain to you about both sides of life, our physical earth side and our invisible other side. It should be helpful to a lot of people and help everybody remove fear. We're going to have a 3-day blackout. We've been talking about it for years. It's even written about in my workbook that I wrote in 2011. 3i Atlas is affecting 3 planets, which I find very interesting: Mercury, the Earth, and Mars. They are the 3 harmony points of the 3i Atlas. Mercury is communication. Mars is action, male creative force. And the Earth is where we live. The Earth, of course, is the feminine, the Mother Earth. Someone has heard us. They're talking about somewhere 12 light years away. Note the number 12. 1212 portal will be very powerful this year. December is the 12th month. Capricorn rules Saturn. It's the father. It's getting organized, getting rid of all of the superfluous stuff, and getting ready to realize that we are a dot. We are a tiny part of the whole. It's time to grow up and get out of arrogance, and to have the courage to look up in the sky, realize and accept that these are new energies. We are finding new life, not only here on Earth, in our oceans and in other areas, but deep within the universe. The timeline of the Earth has changed and will continue to do so. I'm hoping that everything I've said in this video will help you be at peace. Thank you for listening.